Hey everybody, it's Susan again, and I hope you all are doing well. It's Monday. Happy start of the week for you. I have a little new insight into a day like today that I want to offer you, and I've actually been thinking about doing a similar or a topic that's relevant for a while. This difference between linear and radial movement, or even now I want to bring into the conversation linear and radial time. Today, actually, July 24th, and every July 24th is the final day of the natural time calendar year that I've been following for the last 7 years now, actually. So July 24th is the completion of a whole year cycle, a whole trip around the sun. There's a lot of details that I can go into, and I probably will some other time. But just know that from July 26th of 2016 through today, we have been under an energy called a blue spectral storm year. So keyword meaning storm. I think maybe if you've been paying attention, you might have noticed a few stormy energies, a few stormy events that have happened over the last year personally, maybe in your own life and in other people's lives around you and in our culture even. But so today has been or this whole year has been underneath that energy of blue spectral storm. So it's been kind of tumultuous for the last few moons, and it's good to have a moment of completion. For me, I'm taking a little bit of a sigh of relief because I feel like this next year coming is going to be great for other reasons. But I want you to consider today just this idea that time is so cyclical and comes around full circle over and over and over again, instead of being very linear and having one end, one long middle, and then one end, or one beginning, one long middle, and one end, right? A lot of people think of time as that way, as if there's going to be one day apocalyptic, and we could go into that too, but either way, there's still cycles that come around and around over and over again that we revisit, and we are able to learn from these energetic cycles, hopefully at least apply the learnings when we orbit around a similar situation, and then as we go around again, we've got a little more wisdom, a little more experience to go through similar moons or similar months or similar times of year with more information. So as you're looking at this idea between linear and radial time, I also want to introduce this idea of how we and our bodies are now moving more radially with this bowspring alignment. Linear movement has been really very, I think, almost perpetuated a lot in some of the yoga classes that are very up and down and side to side and very straight lines and very, there's a lot of poses that you'll hear try to fit your body between two planes of glass, right? And we really try to take all the curves out of the spine often and take all the lines straight. So in radial movement, we are coming into this capacity to really feel our dimension, right? So sure, we might do a side bend and feel into that lateral expanse, but then we start to do a little opening and we start to become more multidimensional in our movements. We create these full expansive movements and we keep our knees bent and we keep a pulse happening, and we're able to find this more radial movement in our bodies rather than just being so rigid and straight, right? So it's a really neat experience to have in my own life, finding dimensionality come through but have very similar relevancies as when I'm talking to the dimensionality of my own time, and I'm moving into radial time, and I started that 7 years ago, and then radial movement, which I'm coming on my 5th year of bowspring now. So really having these two practices in my life run parallel has been an awesome opportunity to be a little bit more cyclical in my thinking, be a little bit more compassionate when I have a tough moment, knowing that I'm probably just, seeing rugged territory that I've seen before, but now I can come out of it and get a little bit different perspective from that experience. And every time we come to the practice, and this goes with any practice really, but every time we come to the practice, we're coming back around full circle to where we started, to a new beginning. And we're able to see ourselves, our body, the movements that we carry through us as if for the very first time. But it's similar because it's in our tissues. We've been in that terrain before, but we have the more of the capacity to honor that cyclical pattern of like, okay, here this has come again, this stuff in my shoulders coming up, or this emotional thing is rising to the surface again. Know that it will loosen its hold every single time you come around through it, unless you hold on to the story, hold on to it, keep identifying yourself by it. There's a lot of opportunities to, in that revisiting of cycles, let things go. So as we culminate this year, this blue spectral storm year, on today, the energy of white planetary wind, And I know that's a lot of words, but just think about wind being a messenger, bringing spirit and breath through the ethers, through the cosmos, and today through me, even if you get to hear this. But as your year is completing today, a 13 moon cycle that started last July 26th, consider what it is that really is trying to complete, trying to come to an end, trying to come to full culmination, full circle. And if there's maybe a habit that's popped up again that's trying to let go, let it go. If you continue to perpetuate, talk about it, identify as it, then it can't be released. So look around you. What is it that in today's time, in this year, this spectral year of liberation that we're completing, what is it that we can really say goodbye to for good, and let things go, and let our hands loosen a little bit, and let our hearts open radially, expanding in every direction so that we can fully accept our past and where we've been, fully accept where we are as we expand our ribs back and wide, and then fully open to where we're going. That's the idea of radial time and radial movement. So natural time and bowspring, two things that I'm super passionate about. One of the things that bowspring has really taught me is that we are not one note. We are not flat. We are not 2D. So I'm excited to explore the four-dimensional time with you all and to share some of my loves. So happy end of years. I'm sure I will see you in a couple of days, maybe from California. With the new year when we walk into the yellow crystal seed year, and I'm going to go teach some more bowspring in San Diego. So I love you guys so much. Great to talk to you today. Let me know if you have any questions. I will see you soon. Much love. Bye.